till I get my money right.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Quantum Ascend. I have DEGEN up on the screen here. I don't own any of this, full transparency. This was a request from my Quantum Circle group, so I'm posting it out here on X and YouTube for all of you. So what we're going to dig into today is Altseason Waves 3, 4, and 5. Right now you can see here, let's go ahead and I'll show you. Wave 1 is done. Wave 2, as of now, was done. Working on a week Wave 3. Looking for 4 and 5 right now. So in this video, we're going to try to figure out logical and mathematical points for waves 3, 4, and 5 for the upcoming alt season. So this is the weekly chart, each candle being a week. Not a very old asset, going back to March of 2024. So not a ton of price action here, being a little over a year old, but we're going to go ahead and dive in anyway. I wanted to point out it only has a $70 million market cap. So that's really low. It has it ranked like almost number 500, right? It's a meme coin without any utility. So when the memes move, though, this thing should move. And with a $70 million market cap, it doesn't take a ton of dollars to get this thing moving. You look back here in November to that Trump pump, it went, in 2 weeks, it went 5.3x, right? So it can get moving. Doesn't take a ton of dollars to come into it, but I do caution you with these smaller cap stuff. A little bit harder to get in and out of. All right, on the way down here, we're looking at this. We have a macro A, B, C. And now, like we talked about, we're working on 5 waves up. If you look, you could say there's like a weak channel. You can kind of see a little bit like we got that wick, that wick, that wick. We went through these and it connects us up here. So you can see that for the most part, we've kind of been channeling and respecting that. Right now, that would be like us getting up here around like 0.005, 0.0047. So obviously looking for way higher targets than that for an alt season. Let's go ahead, and what we're going to do now is let's draw fibs out over this wave right here. You can see that wave up. That's around the 618 at the time. You pull that down to that low. Wicked out right up near the danger zone that we always talk about on this channel. It fell a little short, but we're always looking at like that 618, 786 area. Oftentimes things will come up and roll back over like that. Or if it busts through, that's when we really get the juice. So you had that back there. We pull it over here, and you can tell we're still really far down, especially back from this inception point. From the inception point, we are down almost 95% from that point in time. Back here, this B wave, which was November of 2024, that was during the Trump pump, that thing down 95% since that point in time. So this thing's really gotten whacked. Obviously right now, a lot of the stuff we're looking at full extensions of this last drop. So we'll talk about that here in a second, but we do want to be really careful and conservative here. Obviously, there's always these full extensions in play. Not my base case here right now with DEGEN. So what we want to do is let's lock in here to this this Trump pump wave like we were talking about, this B to C. Pull that down all the way, and I can see, well, there's a couple different areas of confluence here. I have the 1618 of this puts us right up near the last all-time high, which would be like a potential double top. You see that right here at the 1618. You have the 2618 of this range. There's confluence right there around that 10-cent mark. Nice round number. And then, like we said, guys, we're looking at a lot of these charts. We're looking at a full extension of that last drop. Sure enough, there's confluence with the whole chart right up there around like 16 cents. So 16 cents up there, that is pretty far from where we're at right now. I am going to have it as our blow off top target for the time being, because where we're at, a lot of this stuff we're looking at like 10x's. This thing, that's a 47x. All right, like 47 times this market cap, that's like what? You're talking 700, that's 700 million, we'll say, times, you're in the 3 billions of the market cap at that point, right? So pretty bold to say that at this point. When again, a lot of the rest of the market, we're looking at more of a 10x. 10x, that only gets us up into retracement levels here, right? That gets us back up near that B wave high. I do think for the time being, we are going to have that as our primary target. I really like this area out here right around 10 cents to be our primary, between the 2618 of this range and the 1618 of this broader range. So that's where we're going to be looking, right up here at 10 cents as kind of my primary target for wave 5. All right, now we need to get into waves 3 and 4. What is that going to look like? Before I do that, guys, join the Quantum Circle, entries, exit strategy, emotional and mental clarity with 2 daily macro videos a day. Link to that in the bio. That is the real alpha. It doesn't matter what coin you're holding. You need to know what the macro is doing. All right, now waves 3 and 4. I'm going to get this guy off the screen. Let's keep it on the wider time frame here. And now I just want to pull down this wave 1 to 2 here and see, all right, what are some areas? Do we see any confluence here? Sure enough, we do. The 3618 of this range matches the 382 of this broader range right up here. All right. Why is this important? It breaks us out above that first wave high, gets us up near that B wave high, right? Which we could definitely find some resistance up there. And we look over to the left, we have in the past. These are weekly candles, remember? So you have like 3 weeks kind of getting stopped out in that area. Right here in this B wave, we closed below it. Sure, it wicked during that week, but the weekly closed below it. So it can make sense for us to find some resistance up there on that third wave. All right, typically on the fourth wave, you're losing anywhere between 35 and 50%. In this scenario, with a lower market cap coin, you're probably going to be closer to that 50% mark. So we draw this down. Where is 50%? Wow, pretty damn close to that 1618 of this smaller range, right? So looking for that, that makes sense for that to drop down there. I mean, it could go even further, right? You look at this wave 1 high, a lot of times wave 4 will come down. That would be a pretty steep drop from where we're at. Again, with some of these meme tokens, you never know. That'd be a 65%er, but for now, we're going to say 50% in that parameter right down there on top of that 1618, and then a blow off in our fifth wave here. All right, so in this scenario, it does look like the fifth wave would be the longest, but let's check it out. As long as the third wave isn't the shortest, we got 400% there. We got 867% there, and 9.5x, which again is kind of in line with the rest of the market. We'll talk about that here in a sec. And then that wave 5, oh no, wave 3 is the longest. Wave 5, it's 7.8%. So it's typically how it goes. Wave 3, the longest. A lot of times you'll see wave 1 and 5 similar in length. If that were to happen, well, same exact length puts us at a double top. So there's a couple different areas, guys, right? That double top area, it's 6 cents. You have the 10-cent level. You have the blow off up there at 16. But I think for the time being, this is what's going to make the most sense using math, using confluence, using Elliott waves. And we'll know a lot more, right? After this third wave comes in here, guys, after this third wave comes in, we'll know. You know, we'll be able to go back to the drawing board. We'll have some more data on the fourth wave to get some full extensions to really be able to decide where this thing's going. So for the time being, we're looking for 2.6 cents, a fallback down to 1.3 cents, and then one final blow off up there to 10 cents. That's how we do it, folks. Like I mentioned, join the Quantum Circle, real-time trades, access to my portfolio, macro analysis, a Discord channel, teach you how to do TA just like me. Link to that in the bio. If not, just super appreciative you guys are here. If you could follow, like, repost. I want to get this out to as many people as I can before it's too late. Hope you guys have an awesome Monday. Talk to you a bit later.